Welcome to my channel, Old Coins History 333. In this video, I tell you about the United States of America $1, which are most valuable and rare. If you interested, please subscribe my channel. Thanks. Top 1. The United States of America, a country rich in history, culture, and innovation, has been home to some of the most iconic coins in the world. Among these treasures is the 1974 $1 coin, a seemingly simple piece of currency that, over time, has gained significant value and respect in the numismatic world. But how did this coin come to be, and why is it so highly regarded by collectors and enthusiasts alike? To understand the significance of the 1974 $1 coin, we first need to look at the historical backdrop of its creation. The United States' relationship with coins dates back to the late 18th century, shortly after the country's independence. Throughout the years, the U.S. Mint has been responsible for producing currency that reflects not just the economy of the time, but the values, people, and events that shaped the nation. By the 20th century, coins had evolved to include different denominations, featuring a variety of designs, many of which became widely recognized symbols of American culture. In the early 1970s, the U.S. was experiencing major economic shifts. Inflation was rising, the Vietnam War was in full swing, and the country was trying to adjust to a rapidly changing global economy. It was during this time that the U.S. government decided to introduce a new type of $1 coin, a move that would set the stage for a new chapter in the history of American currency. The 1974 $1 coin was part of a broader effort to replace the paper dollar bill with something more durable and cost-effective. Coins, as opposed to paper bills, last longer, are less prone to wear and tear, and are ultimately more economical to produce in the long run. However, the transition from paper to coin wasn't a decision made overnight. The U.S. Mint had experimented with various designs and prototypes over the years, attempting to find the right balance between usability, durability, and aesthetics. Before 1974, the $1 coin had been made from silver, with the famous Eisenhower Dollar, which debuted in 1971, being the most well-known. The Eisenhower Dollar, however, was often criticized for being too large and cumbersome, making it unpopular with the general public. As a result, the U.S. Mint was faced with a challenge. How could they create a more practical, attractive, and widely accepted $1 coin? Enter the 1974 $1 coin, which was ultimately minted with a composition of copper-nickel rather than the silver used in previous coins. This change was part of a larger initiative to move away from precious metals in coinage, driven by the rising cost of silver and other metals in the 1970s. The result was a coin that, while not made of silver, still carried an air of elegance and prestige. The design of the 1974 $1 coin is notable for several reasons. At the heart of the design is the depiction of President Dwight D. Eisenhower, a figure who played a pivotal role in American history as the 34th president. Eisenhower was not just a politician. He was also a military leader, having served as the supreme commander of the Allied Expeditionary Force during World War II. His image was chosen to honor his service to the country and his leadership during one of the most critical periods in American history. On the reverse side of the coin, you'll find an image of the moon, a powerful symbol of the United States' achievements in space exploration. The design of the reverse side was meant to commemorate the Apollo 11 moon landing, which had occurred just a few years earlier in 1969. The image of the moon was a testament to America's technological prowess and its ability to achieve the impossible. Together, the obverse and reverse designs created a coin that was not just a form of currency, but a symbol of American strength, innovation, and perseverance. The coin was first released in 1971, though it was technically minted as early as 1970. However, the 1974 version of the $1 coin was particularly significant because it marked the ongoing efforts of the U.S. Mint to perfect the coin's design and ensure its wide acceptance. While the coin had not been as popular as its paper counterpart, it began to find its place in American culture, particularly among coin collectors who saw the potential for these coins to grow in value over time. Now, it's important to understand how coins like the 1974 $1 piece are produced. The U.S. Mint operates several facilities across the country where coins are struck, inspected, and distributed. The 1974 $1 coin was minted at two major facilities, the Philadelphia Mint and the Denver Mint. The Philadelphia Mint was responsible for creating the majority of the coins, while the Denver Mint produced additional coins for circulation. Each coin was struck using high-pressure presses, which ensured that the intricate details of the design were captured accurately. After being struck, the coins were carefully inspected for defects and imperfections. Any coins that failed the inspection process were either melted down or set aside for future use. The remaining coins were distributed to banks and, eventually, to the public. Despite the mint's best efforts, the 1974 $1 coin never fully caught on with the general public. One of the main reasons for this was the sheer size of the coin, which was still considered somewhat too large for everyday use. Additionally, the coin's metallic composition, while durable, did not have the same appeal as silver or gold coins, which had a higher intrinsic value. As a result, the 1974 $1 coin, like its predecessors, was largely relegated to the realm of collectors and coin enthusiasts. In the years following its release, the 1974 $1 coin began to gain traction among numismatists. Collectors saw the coin as a unique and historically significant piece of American currency. In fact, as the years went by, interest in the coin only grew, especially as it became a rarity in circulation. Many people began hoarding the 1974 $1 coin, understanding that, like many coins of the past, it could become a valuable collector's item in the future. And so, fast forward to today, and the 1974 $1 coin is not just another piece of change. It is a coveted item in the numismatic world, with some versions of the coin fetching impressive prices at auctions and coin shows. The value of a 1974 $1 coin, depending on its condition, mint mark, and rarity, can range from a few dollars to tens of thousands of dollars. The very top of the list are coins in mint condition, those that have been carefully preserved and remain free from scratches, dents, or any form of damage. These pristine coins are often graded by professional organizations like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS. Coins that have been graded as proof, or MS-70, meaning they are in perfect condition, can command astronomical prices, sometimes reaching upwards of $50,000 or more. But what makes these coins so valuable? It's a combination of factors: rarity, historical significance, and the state of preservation. The 1974 $1 coin, while not as rare as some other coins in the U.S. mint's history, is nonetheless a highly sought-after piece of American numismatics. For collectors, owning a pristine 1974 $1 coin is not just about the money. It's about possessing a tangible piece of history, a coin that represents the intersection of American political leadership, space exploration, and economic evolution. We come to the end of this journey through the fascinating story of the 1974 $1 coin. One thing becomes clear: this seemingly ordinary piece of currency holds extraordinary value. Its historical context, its striking design, and its place in American culture make it a lasting symbol of the United States' resilience and ingenuity. And while it may have started as just another coin, it has since evolved into something much more: a rare, coveted collector's item worth up to $50,000 today. The next time you come across a 1974 $1 coin, remember that you may be holding more than just change. You might just be holding a piece of history, a coin that has withstood the test of time and continues to fascinate collectors and historians alike. And with that, we conclude our journey into the world of the 1974 $1 coin. If you found this story fascinating and want to learn more about rare coins, history, and collecting, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this one. Happy collecting, and remember, sometimes history is just a coin flip away. Top 2. In the heart of the 20th century, a time of incredible change, transformation, and development for the United States, one coin emerged that would come to represent not only the nation's history but its future. It was a coin that carried with it the weight of tradition, the spirit of progress, and the legacy of an entire generation. The United States of America, always at the forefront of innovation, found itself at a crossroads in the early 1970s when it came to currency. The nation was facing inflation, economic challenges, and shifts in global politics, all of which had an impact on the money that people used every day. It was during this era that the $1 coin from 1972 was minted, forever etching its place in the annals of numismatic history. The 1972 $1 coin is often overlooked in the general public's understanding of American currency, but this coin has a story that's far richer than its simple appearance suggests. At the time it was minted, the United States had been using a series of different $1 coins, but none of them had become iconic or widely accepted by the public. The Eisenhower dollar had been introduced just a year earlier in 1971, but it didn't exactly capture the imagination of the masses. Its large size, combined with a design that many considered less than aesthetically pleasing, led to its relatively limited circulation. While this coin was popular among collectors and served as a reminder of the country's connection to space exploration, it didn't inspire the same kind of widespread use or admiration as some of its predecessors. In 1972, the U.S. Mint decided to take another swing at revamping the $1 coin. But this time, things would be different. Instead of simply creating another design that would look just like all the rest, the Mint wanted to create a coin that would be distinct, memorable, and representative of America's unique spirit. The coin they came up with was the 1972 $1 coin, which would not only go on to capture the historical moment of its time, but would also emerge as a highly sought-after item among collectors years later. When you look at the 1972 $1 coin, the first thing that stands out is its size and composition. The coin, like its predecessor, the Eisenhower dollar, was a large, copper-nickel coin. Its weight, larger than the typical half-dollar or quarter, set it apart from many of the other coins in circulation. But the size wasn't just for show. It was a deliberate choice that harkened back to earlier American coins, like the Morgan silver dollar, which were prized not just for their value but for their physical presence. The Mint believed that a coin with more weight and heft would feel more significant and give a greater sense of value. However, the large size of the coin would become one of the factors that would hinder its widespread circulation. One of the defining features of the 1972 $1 coin is its design. On the obverse, or front, side of the coin, you'll find a portrait of President Dwight D. Eisenhower. Eisenhower, who had served as the 34th President of the United States from 1953 to 1961, was chosen to appear on the coin because of his critical role in American history. Not only was he a two-term president, but he was also a military hero, having served as the supreme commander of the Allied forces during World War II. His leadership during both the war and the post-war era made him a symbol of American resilience and strength. But perhaps what makes his appearance on this coin even more significant is his role in the space race. The coin was released in 1971, a time when the U.S. had just successfully landed astronauts on the moon during the Apollo 11 mission in 1969. Eisenhower's association with both military leadership and space exploration made him the perfect figure for this coin. The reverse side of the coin, however, is where the 1972 $1 coin really begins to capture the imagination. Designed by artist Frank Gasparo, the reverse side features an eagle in flight, a symbol of American strength and freedom. The eagle is depicted holding an olive branch in one talon, a symbol of peace, while its other talon holds arrows, representing the nation's readiness to defend its freedom. This design, inspired by the Great Seal of the United States, conveys a sense of national pride, power, and optimism. The eagle, in its soaring position, suggests that the nation is looking forward to a bright future, one full of promise and potential. The coin's design, though not as widely recognized as some of the more famous U.S. coins, tells a story of post-war America, an era of peace, technological innovation, and a nation that was moving forward into a new age. The 1972 $1 coin's design, while impressive, was only part of the equation. The coin's minting was another key factor in its appeal to collectors. Produced in both Philadelphia and Denver, the 1972 $1 coin was struck in substantial numbers, with over 50 million coins being minted across both locations. But despite the large production numbers, these coins didn't circulate widely. Many were hoarded by collectors, and in time, fewer and fewer of these coins made their way into everyday transactions. As a result, the 1972 $1 coin gradually became less common in circulation, increasing its appeal as a collectible. For years, the 1972 $1 coin was seen primarily as a numismatic curiosity, something that collectors valued for its design and its connection to American history. However, as the decades passed, interest in this coin grew, particularly among those who focused on rare coins and the history they represented. As more people began to appreciate the historical context of the coin's design, its value in the collector's market started to rise steadily. By the time the 1980s rolled around, Coin dealers and enthusiasts were beginning to recognize the 1972 $1 coin as one of the more valuable coins from that era. But it wasn't until much later, in the 2000s, that the true value of the coin would come to light. One of the main factors that contributed to the increasing value of the 1972 $1 coin was its rarity and high-grade condition. Coins that had been well preserved over the years, those that were free of scratches, dents, or discoloration, became incredibly sought after. In the world of numismatics, the condition of a coin is one of the most important factors in determining its value. Coins that are in mint state or have been graded as proof can fetch far higher prices than those that are in poor condition. For example, a coin that is graded as MS 65, mint state 65, can be worth several $100s, while a coin in perfect condition, graded as MS 70, can be worth thousands. But some rare examples of the 1972 $1 coin, particularly those that were released in very limited quantities or had unique characteristics, have skyrocketed in value in recent years. As the years have gone by, the market for rare coins has grown exponentially. New collectors are entering the field, and established collectors are looking to expand their collections with coins that have a unique backstory or historical significance. The 1972 $1 coin, with its stunning design and connection to key moments in American history, fits that bill perfectly. Collectors are drawn to its design, its symbolism, and its relatively low number in circulation. It's a coin that not only represents a specific time in American history, but also holds tangible value as a rare and highly collectible piece of currency. And now, for the most exciting part of all, what is the current value of a 1972 $1 coin? If you were to find a coin in perfect condition, graded by a professional organization like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, it could be worth a small fortune. In fact, certain versions of the 1972 $1 coin have been known to fetch upwards of $50,000, with some rare specimens reaching values as high as $53,000 at auction. That's right, this seemingly ordinary coin, which once passed through the hands of everyday Americans, can now be worth more than most people's homes. The impressive value of the 1972 $1 coin is a testament to the timeless appeal of American history and the continued interest in numismatics. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, the 1972 $1 coin is one that should definitely be on your radar. Its rich history, iconic design, and impressive value make it a true treasure of American currency. So, if you ever find one tucked away in your collection or stumble upon one in your pocket change, remember, you could very well be holding a piece of American history worth tens of thousands of dollars. As we close this exploration of the 1972 $1 coin, one thing is certain. This coin, with all its history, symbolism, and potential value, will continue to capture the imagination of collectors and history buffs for generations to come. If you enjoyed learning about the 1972 $1 coin and want to discover more rare and fascinating coins, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment below. Happy collecting, and who knows, maybe your next coin find will be worth thousands. Top 3. The story of the 1971 United States $1 coin is one that blends history, artistry, and the evolving nature of American currency. It's a tale of innovation, a moment of transition in U.S. coinage, and a collector's dream that took decades to achieve its current rarefied status. The 1971 $1 coin, while initially released as part of a larger economic strategy, became a fascinating symbol of America's political climate, space exploration, and the world's shifting view of the United States in the early 1970s. Though, at the time of its release, it was just another piece of currency, the 1971 $1 coin would soon reveal a surprising value, growing into one of the most sought-after coins in the world. To understand why this coin became such a coveted treasure in the numismatic world, we first need to explore its creation against the backdrop of a nation at a crossroads. The 1970s were a time of dramatic change for America, both politically and economically. The country was transitioning from the turbulent 1960s, a decade of protest, war, and civil unrest, into a new, uncertain era. The U.S. was navigating its involvement in the Vietnam War, grappling with the ramifications of the civil rights movement, and making strides in the space race. Yet, despite these challenges, America was determined to push forward. showcasing its strength and ingenuity. It was also a time of change for the United States Mint. The U.S. government was searching for ways to modernize its currency, move away from the use of silver, and address the increasing cost of coin production. The $1 coin, which had traditionally been made from silver, was due for a redesign. And thus, in 1971, a new $1 coin was born, one that would honor American leadership on the world stage, while also ushering in a new chapter in U.S. coinage. The Eisenhower Dollar, which made its debut in 1971, was meant to fill the void left by the long-forgotten silver dollar. The Eisenhower Dollar was a large coin, measuring 38.1 millimeters in diameter and weighing 22.68 grams, significantly larger than the half-dollar coin. Its size was meant to symbolize strength and significance, but it was also part of a practical decision to replace the paper $1 bill with a more durable form of currency. The $1 coin would, in theory, last longer, resist wear and tear, and ultimately be a more cost-effective option in the long run. This was critical at a time when inflation was on the rise, and the U.S. government was attempting to stabilize the economy. Yet the Eisenhower dollar, while functional, failed to gain widespread public acceptance. The coin's large size, heavy weight, and relatively clunky design made it unpopular with the American public. As a result, most people still preferred to carry the lighter, easier-to-handle paper $1 bill. And so, while the Eisenhower dollar was intended to replace paper currency, it ended up being another example of a coin that didn't quite hit the mark. But it was the 1971 $1 coin's design and its association with President Dwight D. Eisenhower that would eventually lead to a greater appreciation among collectors in the years to come. The heart of the design of the 1971 $1 coin was a tribute to both the legacy of Dwight D. Eisenhower and the broader American experience. The coin's obverse features a portrait of Eisenhower himself, his likeness captured by sculptor Frank Gasparo. Eisenhower, who had served as the 34th president from 1953 to 1961, was a towering figure in American history, having not only been a two-term president, but also a five-star general in the U.S. Army during World War II. He was widely respected for his leadership during the war and for his contributions to both the military and the political landscape of the country. His image on the coin signified American pride, a nation still recovering from the strains of war and conflict, and reaching for greater accomplishments on the world stage. The reverse side of the coin is equally symbolic, featuring an eagle holding an olive branch in one talon and arrows in the other. This design was inspired by the Great Seal of the United States and symbolized both the nation's desire for peace and its readiness to defend itself. The eagle, in flight, represented freedom, power, and the resilience of the American people. The reverse side was a fitting homage to a country that had emerged from World War II stronger than ever and was now on the cusp of new frontiers, including space exploration. The symbolism on the 1971 $1 coin was not just a reflection of past achievements, it was also a nod to the future. America's space program, which had taken monumental steps forward with the Apollo 11 moon landing in 1969, was one of the most powerful symbols of the country's technological prowess. The coin was released during a time when the nation was pushing the boundaries of human knowledge, boldly venturing into space. Although the coin itself wasn't directly tied to the space program, the imagery and symbolism of the coin served as a reminder of the U.S. leadership in global exploration and innovation. But what made the 1971 $1 coin truly unique and eventually valuable to collectors was the fact that it was one of the first coins to be produced using a copper-nickel-clad composition rather than the silver that had traditionally been used in U.S. coins. The silver crisis of the late 1960s had made it increasingly difficult to produce silver coins, leading to the shift to copper-nickel in the early 1970s. This change in composition meant that the Eisenhower dollar was both cheaper to produce and less prone to being melted down for its metal content, making it an attractive option for the mint. The shift also set the stage for future coins, as the U.S. moved away from using precious metals in everyday currency. The coin was minted in large quantities, with millions of Eisenhower dollars being produced in 1971. The Philadelphia Mint and the Denver Mint were both responsible for striking the coins, and they were made available to the public in both uncirculated and proof sets. However, despite the high production numbers, the coin quickly became less common in circulation. Over time, The Eisenhower dollar was slowly phased out of daily use as paper currency took precedence, and by the late 1970s, the dollar coin had effectively disappeared from circulation. But the 1971 $1 coin found a new life among collectors. As the years passed, the popularity of the Eisenhower dollar grew steadily. Its historical significance, coupled with its relatively low mintage compared to other coins of its era, made it an attractive item for numismatists and coin collectors. Because of its size and design, the Eisenhower dollar also became a favorite among those who appreciated coins with bold, striking imagery. The coin's association with President Eisenhower and its depiction of the eagle only added to its appeal, making it a piece of American history that collectors were eager to possess. As the years went by, the value of the 1971 Eisenhower dollar began to rise. At first, the increase was modest, just a few dollars for a coin in mint condition. However, as time passed, and especially as fewer coins were available in high-grade condition, the value of the 1971 coin increased dramatically. Minted in large quantities, the coin was easy to find in lower grades, but the truly exceptional pieces, those in mint state, proof condition, or with rare errors, began to fetch impressive sums at auctions. Fast forward to today, and the 1971 $1 coin has taken on an entirely new value in the eyes of collectors. Depending on its condition, the rarity of the coin, and whether it was struck in a proof set or not, the coin can be worth thousands of dollars. For coins that are in pristine condition, graded by professional grading organizations like the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, the value can soar even higher. A 1971 Eisenhower dollar in perfect MS-70 grade, with no signs of wear and exceptional preservation, can be worth up to $56,000 at auction. The key factors that have driven the coin's rise in value are its rarity, historical significance, and the continued demand for rare American coins. The 1971 Eisenhower dollar, once a mere piece of everyday currency, has become an item of historical interest, prized by collectors who see its connection to a pivotal time in U.S. history. It's not just a coin. It's a piece of the American story, a tangible link to the past, and a reminder of the country's strength and resilience. The 1971 Eisenhower dollar stands as a testament to the enduring appeal of American coinage. It has weathered the test of time, transformed from a piece of circulating currency into a rare collectible, and now commands a place of respect and admiration in the numismatic world. Its value, once a mere dollar, has soared to heights that few could have predicted when the coin was first struck. The 1971 $1 coin has become a symbol of the richness of American history, a coin whose story continues to captivate collectors and historians alike. If you're lucky enough to come across a 1971 $1 coin, whether it's tucked away in a coin jar, found among old collections, or even inherited from a relative, you could be holding a valuable treasure. With the coin's value now reaching as high as $56,000 for pristine specimens, it's a reminder that sometimes the most ordinary of objects can hold extraordinary worth. Top 4. In the late 1970s, the United States was facing significant social, economic, and cultural changes. The world was in flux, and so was the American economy. With rising inflation, energy crises, and shifts in global politics, the United States needed to adapt, not just in its foreign policy and industry, but also in its approach to currency. It was against this backdrop of transformation that the 1979 $1 coin was born. The 1979 $1 coin is unique, both in its design and in the history it represents. It's a coin that never fully took off in general circulation, but over time, it has become a prized possession for collectors, fetching impressive prices in the numismatic market. To understand its true value today, we must first step back in time and explore the events that led to its creation, the challenges it faced during circulation, and its eventual rise as a collector's treasure. The story begins with the late 1960s, a decade of massive change in the United States. The nation had been deeply affected by the Vietnam War, the Civil Rights Movement, and significant political turmoil. Amidst all this, the U.S. Mint was tasked with creating a new $1 coin, a currency that could replace the paper $1 bill, which was becoming increasingly expensive to produce and prone to wear. In the early 1970s, the Mint introduced the Eisenhower dollar, a large, copper-nickel coin that featured President Dwight D. Eisenhower on the obverse, and an eagle holding an olive branch on the reverse. While the Eisenhower dollar was initially embraced by collectors for its bold design and historical significance, it didn't capture the public's imagination in the way the mint had hoped. The coin was simply too large and cumbersome for everyday use. People found the coin difficult to carry in their pockets, and it didn't quickly become part of the national fabric. By the late 1970s, it became clear that the United States would need another redesign of the $1 coin, a coin that would be more practical for daily use while maintaining its historical significance. Enter the 1979 $1 coin. This coin, like its predecessor, was designed to be a new chapter in American coinage. However, it was also part of a broader shift in the U.S. Mint's efforts to modernize the nation's currency. This era in coin production was defined by a series of challenges, namely, the move away from silver, which had dominated U.S. coinage for much of the 19th and early 20th centuries. By the late 1970s, the U.S. Mint had stopped using silver in most circulating coins, in part due to the rising cost of silver and the volatility of the precious metal market. The 1979 $1 coin was produced using a copper-nickel composition, which was durable and cost-effective for mass production. Unlike the larger Eisenhower dollar, this new coin was slightly smaller, with a diameter of 26.5 millimeters and weighed 22.68 grams. It was the perfect size for regular circulation, and its composition allowed it to be mass-produced at a relatively low cost. But despite these practical advantages, the 1979 $1 coin faced its own set of challenges. The most significant obstacle to the success of the 1979 $1 coin was the public's reluctance to use it. Even though the coin was smaller and more convenient than the Eisenhower dollar, it still faced an uphill battle against the entrenched habit of using paper currency. The American public was simply not ready to embrace the dollar coin. Coins of that size had historically been met with resistance, and despite efforts to encourage the use of the coin, it remained unpopular. As a result, the 1979 $1 coin was produced in large quantities but didn't circulate widely. Instead, it ended up being largely hoarded by collectors or stored away in banks. But the coin's story doesn't end with its failure to capture the hearts of everyday Americans. In fact, the 1979 $1 coin would go on to become one of the most sought-after items in the world of numismatics. Over time, its rarity, historical significance, and unique design would all contribute to its value, and it would eventually become a highly coveted piece among collectors. The design of the 1979 $1 coin was a marked departure from its predecessors, particularly the Eisenhower dollar. The coin's obverse features the face of Susan B. Anthony, the legendary suffragist and women's rights activist. Her likeness was chosen to honor her work in the fight for women's suffrage, which had culminated in the passage of the 19th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution in 1920, granting women the right to vote. Anthony was a prominent figure in the fight for equality, and her inclusion on the coin was a significant moment in the history of U.S. coinage. It marked the first time that a woman had been depicted on a U.S. circulating coin, a move that was both a nod to the past and a statement about America's evolving values. The reverse side of the 1979 coin, however, maintained continuity with the nation's past. It depicted an eagle in flight, just as it had appeared on the Eisenhower dollar. The eagle held an olive branch in one talon and arrows in the other, symbolizing America's desire for peace, but also its readiness to defend its values and interests. This image, derived from the Great Seal of the United States, evoked a sense of patriotism and national pride, making the coin feel timeless. Though the design was ambitious and the coin's historical significance was undeniable, the 1979 $1 coin's lack of widespread acceptance meant that it never fully entered circulation in the way that the mint had hoped. In fact, by 1981, the production of the coin had largely ceased, and it was replaced with a different dollar coin in the 1990s, the Sacagawea dollar, which, like the Susan B. Anthony coin, also featured a notable historical figure. Despite this, the 1979 coin remained in production for several more years in limited numbers, primarily as part of proof sets and in specific mints. These sets would eventually be treasured by collectors, who found the coin's relatively low mintage and its historical significance to be highly appealing by in the early 2000s. As interest in coin collecting surged, the 1979 $1 coin began to attract more attention. Collectors began to notice that, despite the coin's relatively large production numbers, certain versions were becoming increasingly rare. Coins that were well preserved, particularly those in proof condition, started fetching higher prices. Furthermore, the coin's unique design and its association with Susan B. Anthony added to its appeal, as it became a symbol of women's contributions to American society and history. But what really pushed the 1979 coin's value to astonishing heights was its status as a collectible. While millions of these coins were produced, very few remained in perfect condition. Over the years, many coins had been heavily circulated, leading to wear and tear that lowered their value. Those that had been stored away in pristine condition, or those from specific mints that were produced in smaller numbers, became especially valuable. The 1979 coin has become an iconic piece in the world of numismatics, and it's a perfect example of how rarity and historical significance can combine to create a coin that transcends its original purpose. Coins that were released in 1979 in high-grade condition, such as proof sets or coins that were never circulated, can fetch impressive sums in today's market. For example, coins that are graded by professional organizations like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, can see their value increase significantly. In fact, a 1979 $1 coin in mint condition can be worth as much as $40,000. That's right. What was once seen as an underappreciated and underused piece of currency has now become a highly sought-after collector's item, with pristine examples of the coin commanding this astonishing value. The coin's historical importance, its design, and its rarity have made it a true treasure in the world of coin collecting, and so, the 1979 $1 coin, once relegated to the fringes of American currency, has become one of the most valuable and cherished coins in the world of numismatics. Its story is a testament to the complexities of coin design, the unpredictable nature of currency acceptance, and the lasting appeal of American history. If you ever happen to come across a 1979 $1 coin in your collection or find one hidden away in your change, you may just be holding on to a small fortune. The value of the 1979 $1 coin is a reminder that, in the world of coin collecting, what may seem insignificant at first glance can, over time, become something truly extraordinary. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a newcomer to the world of numismatics, the 1979 $1 coin is a piece of American history worth keeping an eye on. After all, you never know when your next coin find might just be worth $40,000.